In this video I'm going to talk about Python debugging, and we will talk about debugging using PDB, which is an inbuilt tool, and then we will talk about debugging using VS Code interface. I will focus more on PDB because that can be used at lots of places where VS Code isn't available. So I think learning PDB is more essential. But also I do think like if you have access to VS Code, then the VS Code interface will save you a lot of time. And yeah, with that let's get started. So let me write some random code for a moment, and we will do b plus equal 8, b minus equal to a minus 2 equal to b, something like this. And let's say print b in a, and you run this code. So b is 1 and a is 3, and you want to figure out like what actually happened, like why b is 1. You don't think b should be 1, so you put a breakpoint here where you think like you know that b was 7 here. Then you want to debug the code from here on. You want to see like what happens in the code, why b is 1, and then you run this, and now you will see that there is a difference when, like, as soon as you call the breakpoint function, Python will stop there. So Python will stop on line after line 3, so it won't execute line 4. And let me show you that. So as I ran this, I got this REPL, and here I can use some commands. So one command that I will show you is the help. So if I run help here, then it will show me some more commands that I can run. Let me, yeah, this seems nice. So it shows me some commands that I can use, and I can do help, and let's say I want to see what next command does. So I do help next, and it says continue execution until the next line in current function is reached or it returns. So what it says is like run the code until the next line, and as there is one command L which lists the source code. So basically if you run L, then it will show you the code here, and it also shows that we are currently at line 4. And there is a command P, so you can type P space and then any variable. So I do P space B, then it will print the value of B. If I do PA, then it will print value of 3. So yep, that way you can check all the variables. But let's say we want to continue to the next line, so I press N, and I again see the code. So now we are at line 5. I want to see what's the value of B now, so I do PB. Okay, it's 15. Okay, then I again go to the next line, and I see what's the value of B now. It is 13. Okay, that seems good. And as soon as I go to the next line, now value of B is 1, and I see okay, so something is wrong in line 6, and maybe I realized that I mistyped B for A or something like that. Like there could be any bug, and you might figure it out. Okay, so the bug was in this line, and this was the particular bug. So yeah, that was the general idea. So you go into the PDB REPL, and then you use some commands to figure out what's actually the issue, and you run the code one step at a time. And now let me show you one more thing which you might have noticed if you have used PDB before, which is, sorry, yeah, so generally it looks something like this, where there are not many colors. Yeah, there are no colors, and yeah, I kind of hate this. So I use a library which is, it is not a library, more of a tool, PDB-PP. So it is basically PDB++, and once you install this, then it overrides the original PDB interface. So now if I run it, then it is colored. So I generally use PDB++, sorry, but you can use either of those. The commands are mostly same, except there are some good features in PDB++. One of them is sticky. So if you run sticky command, then it will always show the source code at the top. So now if I press N, I will always see the source code and I will see the code running. So that I think is a good feature. And yep, now let me show you the VS Code version of this. So for VS Code, first you will have to install an Python extension, and once that is installed, then you can press F5 in any Python file and then select the Python file, because that's what you want to execute, and it will run the whole code. Well, actually it did run it, but we didn't have any breakpoint, so I put a breakpoint here by pressing on this red dot, and if I run it again, then it will stop there, and I can use step over to go to next line. I can use play to continue running the code. So let's say if I want to go to line 7 and I want to run all these lines but stop at line 7. So one way is I can keep pressing step over again and again, and the other way is I add a breakpoint here and then I hit play. So it directly goes to that line, and I can see, yeah, I can see all the values here, all the local global variables. I can add things to watch here. Let me delete this was from previous stream. So yeah, basically I can add b for watch, I can do b+1, so I always see what is the value of b+1 at any moment, and I think, yeah, that is sometimes useful. You can go to debug console to actually interact with the whole variables and maybe change the values. Sorry, a plus equal to, which will change value of a, things like this. And yeah, you can restart. I will show you step out and step in a moment, and these are basically going in and out of functions. So let's say you, okay, let me create some functions first. So I have my first function which calls my second and third function, and I will make second and third functions do some calculation. It doesn't really matter, and at last I will run my first function. And let's debug this using VS Code. So basically I will try to run through all of the code using VS Code debugger, and yep, so we stopped at this first call. Now we want to see what happens in this first function. So remember, like if I click on step over, it will go to the next line, but as there is no next line, it will just exit there. So if I click on this, the whole debugger will exit because the program finished. But yeah, so I want to see what is in the first function, what is happening there. I want to debug something, so I can do step into. Step into means, step into says go into this function, so it goes into that function. Now let's say I want to see what is in the second function, so I again press step into, so it will go into the current executing function. And now I go to the next line, and then I print value of a, and I see, okay, it's 3, it is as is. Now I want to get out of the second function and back to the first one. So for that I will use step out, which will take me out of the current function. So it will execute the current function completely to the end, and it will take me there. Now I can go to the next line. Now I can do step into, step out, next line, like that. So step in and step out are used for moving up and down in the stack trace. And let me show you same thing using PDB++, or basically, yeah, even PDB will work fine. They are mostly same. So yeah, for that I will have to add the breakpoint. I add a breakpoint here. I see my code. I turn on the sticky mode so I can see the code every time. And now I step into. So for step into, I think we use S here. I think so. I don't actually remember. Yep, S. So now we are in this function. I press N for next line. I press S again, and yeah, I press N. So let's say if I want to see like where I am right now, like which function calls which function, then I can use W, which shows me where I am. So it says like we ran a module which ran first function, which is here. Then the first function called the second function, and second function is at this line. And if I press N, then we go to the next line, and I think there's step into, and then there is step out. Let me see what's the command for that. So we were at step, and we want to go up. I think we need return. So return will return from the current function. Yep, so we need R. So R returns, like it runs the current function till the end, and then we press N. So we go back to our previous function. And let's say if there was some variable on line 12, okay, and you run this code, you step into it, you run it again. Let me turn on the sticky mode. You go into the second function, and now you want to see the value of A. So value of A is 3, but this is the value of this A, not what is on line 12. Okay, let me change the value here. That will make more sense. So I step into this, I go to next, I step again, I step here, I print the value of A, but it is 3. And let's say you want to see the value of the global A. So what you can do, you can go up and down in the stack. So if you type W, you will see that currently you are in this function, in this function, in this function. If you press U, you will go up this stack. So now you are in the first function. The code is still there, but your current PDB interface is a stack up. If you press U again, then it says like you are currently executing this line. And now if I print A, then it is 2, right? Because we are looking from this stack right now. And if you want to go back there, then you can press D to go back to the previous way. So yeah, basically that's pretty much it. So that was the basic, and you can learn more commands using Python official document. I would recommend, I almost always recommend official docs, because they are most complete, and yeah, like you can trust them. So for VS Code and for Python, I will link the official docs in description, and see you in the next video.